To introduce our guest of honor, I'd like to call on the Department of Trade and Industry Secretary, Mr. Ramon M. Lopez.
Mga kasama sa Philippine Business Conference, our beloved President of the Republic of the Philippines, Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Kindly. Salamat po. Salamat po, Duterte. To talk to Congress if I could borrow money to improve EDSA, just a little bit. And I said if you would want me to declare a national emergency, and I can borrow money so that I could do something about EDSA. At that early, I realized that the president, the other presidents, including me, will just have to work with everybody. And that the powers of the president is not that great or absolute. So yung narinig nila, a lot of declaration statements, I said that's too much to be granted, which was granted to President Fidel de Ramos and President Aquino. Sabi nila that is very susceptible for, it's a big money, we would not know how much and what are the, and even before, just like maybe asking me what we intend to do to present our layout of what should be an ideal EDSA to correct the aberrations in the traffic now. Most of the answers was that it is said corruption will always be there and they are not so keen about granting. And I realized then that it's the Filipino way. Didn't even bother to ask us to present. But all others in chorus say na, wala yan, corruption yan. That's too big a sum of money to be given to a particular department. So nung narinig ko yung corruption, sabi ko, no more. Okay. Hindi na balik. I said to everybody in the comments, stop talking about it. That's the last thing that you'd want to hear is we will corrupt the money. And so EDSA is still there. There's still chaos. And everything that Ramon Ang said before you today are all true. Totoo talaga lahat yan. And with less money in our hands, and Dominguez desperately trying to raise the money, and with the global chaos, we find ourselves here today still grappling for solution. My simple mathematics in high school and in college, hindi naman parang arithmetic lang yun. But long ago, I realized that every time, 1972, when OPEC was born, and the money of Saudi Arabia led the revolt against the economy of the world, they raised the prices. And that was the time that I was then a prosecutor. We were working for government. And narasyon yung gasolina. So, and everything rose behind it in the swath of their huge increases. It hit 72, I think, per barrel. At nakita ko na when the oil rises in prices, everything else follows. Now, I was just also shooting the breeze with anybody that would want to talk to me about economy. Puro kami prosecutors. We're very limited to law. I was a trial prosecutor, so that was it. Alam ko na talagang mahirap even as a mayor, for the mayor then, pati nung na mayor ako ngayon. Davao City is hitting 9% in growth, local, and it's a record. And that's why I was very, very adamant in, sabi ko, if I leave Davao, I will not run for this office. I cannot leave Davao. Nasahinayang ako. And I knew that the pendulum was swinging faster. So I prepared the people by saying na may anak ako, but be careful because sinabi ko talaga sa kanila, she can be a, you know, talagang Mayor Inday. So nung pumayag sa eventually, I was able to be a substitute candidate. So ganon rin, same problem, because I think she got more kasi sa Davao. But all of you businessmen, kindly take a look at Davao. You've been there. You've been there daytime, nighttime. Basi ganun na lang sana. I would have wanted, but I don't. Si Inday naman, I don't know if she exceeded the speed limit of her. I reduced the number of hours for people to go out at night and see from 2 to 1. Sabi ko, kailangan tayo matulog, pati ang mga anak natin. Sige, inom. And you know, yung mga waiters, they are there also with their families. And everybody is drinking and smoking. So I also, when I banned smoking, I also banned myself from smoking. We have a good law in Davao. At 12 o'clock, midnight, Davao is a very lonely place. Wala kang makita ma-standby except dyan sa convenience store. And nobody walks around. Not because I wanted it, though I was the first to enforce it. And they like it now. So ganon ang gusto ko sanang ambience, the environment to create productivity. Apparently, it's really a question of money. Money and money. Now, the world is in the brink of the round of, I don't know what will happen, but I'd like to confirm this with Sonny Dominguez. Trump would like to have a system where he can enter a trade agreement, free trade agreement with you, probably like NAFTA. But you have to sign a document which says that if you are in trading with America, you cannot trade with China. Kayo mga negosyante. Paano yan? Noon, it was not normal time. There was this a little bit irritation between China and the Philippines. And suddenly I just veered to a policy where I said I'd be neutral. and went to China to talk about the acquisition of firearms because I knew that Marawi was about to explode. I was given by the intelligence community, God this all. We were able to estimate the number of guns, but we failed to appreciate ilang tonelada ang ordnance nila. Bala, pati bomba and everything. So it was a failure of intelligence, and because I'm the guy who sits there, I would just have to assume full legal responsibility for it. Kaya tumagal. So, yan ang... So, we spent a lot of money there. Instead of putting it sa mga infrastructure. I really do not know. I'm not an economist. I leave it to Jokno, Sani, and Pernia. Sila yung nag-aral sa economics. Ako dyan, I remember only got 78 in college. And I do remember how if I passed that goddamn subject in high school. Pero hanggang dyan lang ako. I do not interfere. As a matter of fact, you all know, lahat kayo, not commercial transactions of government, whatever, either private or public or quasi, na dadating sa mesa. Walang kontrata sa gobyerno ni isa. MRT, LRT, reclamation, lahat yan. It starts and ends with the cabinet member. I do not even call them because I know that my conversation, my narratives are being taped by China, Russia, America, Israel, and everybody there. So I only talk to my cabinet members personally. For the life of me, I have not called anybody. Wala akong tinawag na cabinet member about anything about money. Wala talaga. Zero ako. Declarations, foreign policy, lahat. Promotions. Hanggang dyan lang ako. Bawal sila magdala ng commercial paper. And they are not supposed to talk to me about that. Kasi cabinet member kita, I have confessed to the public my a little bit of not so good. So you take it. Kayo yung experts. Sonny Dominguez is my childhood friend. We grew up as neighbors. He was a consistent valedictorian. Kindergarten kami hanggang sila nagtapos ng pumunta ng abroad. Ako, wala. Because it took me 7 years to finish the high school. Ako yung original K-12. Kaya, sabi yung anak ko, si Veronica, sabi niya kasi, baka akala niya si Briones, Secretary Briones. Sabi mo pa, bakit, tanungin mo yung si Briones, bakit niya hinabaan yung aming eskwela? Bakit kayo? Ngayon, tapos, ikaw, sabi niya, nakita ko mo yung grades mo sa bolt ni Mama. Puro bagsak ka man. Bakit ka man naging presidente? Sabi ko, well, anak, sabi ko, let go of the subject. Kasi baka gawin akong example ni Secretary Briones. And even then, it was not Secretary Briones. It was forgot his name. The priest became the Secretary of Education of the former president. So I'd like, there's a problem. We will try to solve it. the best that we could or can. Kasi wala man kaming trabaho except to solve the problems. But I would like to stick to what I have promised to the people during the campaign period. Because that is the bedrock of my paradigm now as a president. I made simple promises because I could not get any time slot for lack of money. Alam ninyo yan. And maybe during the presidential debates, I never saw my advertisements on the side about me. It was all about my opponents. Ako, wala na. Sabi ko, well, that is all that I can afford. But really, this talk about itong TV networks. Yung mga sponsor ninyong presidential debates, and you only give us about a minute and a half. Racket yan, Andre. If you really want an educated debate before the public, give them 1 hour or 30 minutes to expound on what he intends to do in the country or for the country. Kung gano'n, sa ako, bullet-bullet lang. Time constraints, kaya mga abogado, alam natin yan. Your attention always called by the judge. You have another 5 minutes, then you're off. So, natuto akong bullet. So, I promised you that corruption will be dealt with severely. And I am doing it. That is a campaign promise which I'm doing. What is utterly lacking is the assertiveness of the Filipino people of their constitutional, civil, and political rights. Ang Pilipino yan eh. Because you surrender, you give in to people in government who are into graft and corruption. Ang makatulong niyan, magsama tayo. Isumbong mo lang at sinabi ko nga, anybody who is complaining about graft and corruption, I will give you an audience anytime. And that's what happened yung brigade ng armed forces. There was this Korean who represented this, yung nagpabili, seller, and he was complaining why there as yet no order to deliver na nanalo sila. So yung letter niya, binigay ko kay Bong, give it to legal. Kasi, so legal referred it to Lorenzana. So nagsulat si Lorenzana ng note. Eh alam mo ito, you choose your candidates wisely. Kayo Pilipino. Alam ninyo yan. Kung bigyan kayo ninyo na sa bawang because ito, mahusay magdaldal, and they are there just to wallow in their lost sense of pride. So, pinatawag nila lahat, pinatawag si Bong. Sabi ko, punta ka, Bong. Ayan, sinabi ng mga executive session ko, no. You demand a full proceeding in public. O, di nakita mo ngayon si Bongo. Senador na. Totoo. He will win. He will win. Kita mo? Kita mo how fate destiny of men are played. Hindi kilala yan. Mas kilala yung nagpatawag sa kanya. O tignan mo ngayon, you weigh the scales of their character. Anong nagawa ng isa? Revolted in public? So anong nakuha ninyo ngayon? All witch hunting. People are being shamed there. And that is why my son, who resigned as vice mayor in disgust, nung pinatawag siya, now he is running for congressman. Di ko na mapigilan. Pinahiya mo yung tao. Kung sana pagka noon may kaso ka, file mo kagad. Then there is a trial or the ombudsman completely. Ngayon, hindi ko na mapigilan. Ngayon, magsama-sama na sila dyan kung manalo sila. Bakbakan yan. And I cannot stop because he's already old. Sabi niya, ayaw ko na pa yung public office. But nagngurtor ng sakit ng loob on everybody else, pati si Bato. So, sigaw-sigawan mo. Kaya sinabi ko sa mga cabinet members ko, including the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, if you are summoned by Congress, go there by all means. Obey the legal process. But if you are shouted at and insulted, kagaya nun si John Regina, you have no dignity, you sit down, ganunin ka. When you say, may I defend myself just to also to protect my dignity. No, you do not have any dignity, you sit down. I told my police officers, the Army, Navy, Air Force, do not allow yourself to be insulted. Pag ininsulto kayo, you stand up with courtesy and say, I came here in response to a subpoena to tell all about truth. But if this is what I get, the orders of Duterte says we would stand up and leave. And if we are ordered arrested by the sergeant at arms, by the Speaker or Senate President, you submit yourself to the jurisdiction. Magpakulong ka pero tawagan mo ako. Sabihin mo sa akin na ganyan ang nangyari. And I will fetch you dyan sa Congress. Hindi ako magdala ng pulis, hindi ako magdala ng army. Iiwanan ko yung security ko sa labas. Papasok ako dyan sa kanila, trangkahan ko yung door, then we will deal with each other. Ano ba ang gusto ninyo? Anong gusto ninyo, ibigay ko sa inyo. So, what? May ba sa akin? How do we start? Hindi ako magano. But I will not allow the officers and men, mga general sa pati cabinet members, sigaw-sigaw. You must be realized that we are all co-equals. And one body does not give you the order to shame another fellow human being. And if Filipino official at that. But I will be struck hard against corruption. I struck hard against corruption. I have dismissed a lot of a number of my cabinet members for corruption. Ayaw ko na lang magyabang, pero I tend to really be also violent. Lahat ng napaalis ko, yung lahat na nakatikim ng not only verbal. Ako pag galit ako sa iyo, halika tayong dalawa. Tayong dalawa lang. Kayong mga security, umalis ka. If it's my time to die, it's my time. Halika dito, mag-usap tayo. Wala akong that's the only way really to deal with the problems. Ito namang nasa corruption, you go. And I say, boy, you must be beyond whisper even, like Caesar's wife. So, ganon ho ang akin. I am complying with my promise. The formula, you might not like it. I'm sure, and I am at asking you to accept me. Tinanggap ninyo ako, ganon na ang bunganga ako eh. Nagpuputang ina na talaga ako pagka gugulit. Noon, wala pa akong responsibilidad. Lalo na ngayon. Kaya ang corruption, hindi. Kasi kung gusto mo bureau director, department, o cabinet member, you just tell me. You need not give me your name. Basta malaman ko lang na may racket dyan. At gusto mo, tawagin ko yung tao na nireklamo mo, tawagin kita. At sa harap mo, sampalin ko yan. Tatawag kita, ilang sampal gusto mo? Galit ko sa putang inan to. Ilang sampal gusto mo? Bibigay ko. Pero na gano'n walang hiya. Doon ako lumaki sa Mindanao. Hindi ako, sabi ko nga sa mga Duterte sa Danau City, from where my father. Nanay ko is a Maranao. Sabi ko, tang-ina ninyo, hindi ako Duterte ng Danau, ha? Duterte ako ng Mindanao. Ibang klase ang buhay na amin. Hindi, you don't fratod semini forma. Kaya itong mga buang, nang hibahan ko sila kung magmura ka, ang tao sa amin kung magalit, nagmumura. Ewan ko kasi inyo dito. How do you do it? Puta, kung pwedeng mautot mo yung galit mo, didaan mo sa utot sa banyo, kung puputok ka, ngayon na gusto. Kung ayaw ninyo mahinto ito, hindi talaga mahinto ito. But baski sino, military, police, local government, sabihin lang ninyo at tawagin ko at mag-usap tayo dyan, 3 opisina. And I will guarantee you, you will have full satisfaction. Ginagawa ko yung trabaho ko, marami na. Police, we have dismissed about 1,000. But I know that pagka itong mga walang hiya na ito, hindi naman lahat. Ang police, fundamentally, they are all right. But there are simply too many scalawags also, lalo na Maynila. Tingin itong ninja cops, they are still in the business of drugs. Now, I told everybody that drugs will destroy my country. The Philippines is my only country. And when I was mayor, I said, I'm going to build, kayong taga Davao. What did I tell you? I will build a comfortable city. Not a rich city, wala tayo niyan. But comfort enough that you are safe, that there's peace, and you can go into business. Binigay ko yan. Sinabi ko sa mga droga, hold upper, do not destroy my city, especially drugs, because if you do, I will simply kill you. Pero patay-patayan lang yan, mama. Ang sinabi ko, do not destroy the young Filipino, lalo na yung walang-wala. Because if you do that, you deprive us of our only asset in this world. Ang mga anak namin. Bakit? Wala kaming mga mega mall, wala kaming mga cement factory, wala kaming coconut. Yang mga yan mag-retire yan 56 years old. At age 56, very early mag-retire na yan. Some of them may receive 900, 800 to about 1 million to, depende sa rango. But bigyan mong 2 million at the age of 56, wala nang trabaho, dyan na niya kukunin ang pagkain niya for the rest of his life. Ang kanilang eskwela sa bata, pamasahe. If you give them, sagad mo na 3 million. At the age of 56, retired sila. Do you think 3 million would last you 5 years. So, when you get old, you get sick. Ako, 73 years old. Huwag kayong magtanong kung may sakit ako o wala. Lahat ng 73 dito, samput ng mundong ito may sakit. Pareho yan sa'yo, dadala niyang mga maintenance nila. Malaman mo yan kasi pag silbi ng alak, wala na. Siguro, 30 years before, ito na, tapos isang bote. Ngayon, pag serve ng dessert, gaganon lang, puro respeto. Matamis to. Takot naman sa high blood diabetes pati. Si diabetes is ako, kita mo ng itim. Tignan mo sa... Sunog, pumunta ako ng Jordan. Sunog na ito. Pumupunta ako ng kampo every week. Kampo sa bukid. Pinakamanalagang kampo, lumilipad ako doon. I visited every camp. So, pumunta pa ako ng Jordan. Wala ako, hindi man ako sa mahilig maglagay ng... Nagmimelt eh. And I hate it. Kaya sabi nila kasi yung may mga kidney, sakit, kasi mag-itim. Di sabihin ko, nagtanong, Duterte, may sakit ka? Ganun ako. Bantay kayo sa akin. Yung Inday na yan, na-perfect niya yan. Sakay ka talaga. Ako, tanongin mo ako, third stage. Cancer of the brain. So, what else? Meron akong kidney. Part of it is already gone. And my heart beats 120 miles per hour. Sino hindi mamamatay niyan? Hindi, maghintay lang kayo. Nasunog ito. Butit na lang na punta ako doon sa derma na she's very good. Kasi yung ginamit ko kasi, yung sa asawa ko, cream lang yan. Yung asawa ko, si Shido, may 1, 2, 3, 4. Ngayon ako nakakita ng medisina na parang rocket, parang booster. Mahulog yung isa, patuloy mahulog. 1, sabunan mo, sige. 2, mahapdi na. 3, gano'n. 4, 5. Tapos meron pa yung maliit. Okay na, yung sa asawa mo, okay na. Tingin ko, putang ina, bakit nangitim ako lalo? Then, a dermatologist visited me. She's a lady, but she's very good. Kaya masyado, maitiman talaga ako. Lolo ko, Aprikano. Sabi ko, sa doktor, anong ginagamit mo? Sinulat ko yung, pinapicturean ko doon sa Davao ng kasama sa bahay. Tapos pinadala dito, tinignan niya. Sabi niya, ito lang ang gamitin mo. Itong panggaron, pati ito lang. Yan lang. Yung iba, huwag mo nang gamitin. Mas lalo kang iitim. Totoo. I do not have the permission, but this is very good. Tinitignan ko. Para sa akin, ang lalaki is not really the color of your skin and the face. It's your character. Hindi mo believe dyan sa... Gwapo-gwapo, tapos ano pa pala. And the second is drugs and crime. In front of the two presidents who are also in the same league with me. Same for all of the do not tinker with drugs. Patay ka talaga. OFW. Now, there's a certain tribe there which practices this odious thing about slavery. If you are bought from the slave markets of Africa, or you are a paid household domestic, rape is just an ordinary thing. Diyan ako nasasaktan. Talagang ubos yung ngipin ko. Pareha kami ng mga adik. Kasi ang adik, sige lang gana, if the idiot is in front of you and keeps grinding the teeth, yan, adik yan. Kaya ang unang mawala ngipin nila, kinakain nila eh. Tapos, hindi yan kumakain ng kaya payat. Kaya anong bagong joke yung sa TV? Ano yun? Sinabi ng isa. They're all crazy. And that is why, palagay na natin, yung 3 million mali yun. Because they disputed, and that was really the number pegged by the previous PDEA anti-drug enforcement. So, sabi ni Bato, 1.6. And it was not after I assumed my work there na nalaman ko yung totoo. So what happened? You had 1,000,006 skinny, stinking, and reduced to slavery to eat drug called shabu. Talagang pinapatay mo ang aking mga kababayan. And to think yan ang mga abused OFW, they venture out to work for the sake of their families so that they can have an education. And the money, they go there. You remember, one family loses a mother because she goes abroad. That family becomes dysfunctional. Walang nanay. Tapos mag-iwan ka ng 3, 4, 5. And sometimes there are situations, the husband and the wife go abroad to work. Then that family becomes totally dysfunctional. And how many millions of them are out? And count the numbers of their children that are contaminated with drugs. They endure hardships, abuse, rape, and all. They work there for 4 years, 5 years, when they come home only to find their children are addicted to drugs and reduced to inutility. Buang yan. They've lost their mind. Kasi yung mga drogista, they know that they have these regular remittances from their father or mother. Didikitan yan. Hanggang bibigay. No, look, maybe hindi ma-realize na, but galing ako dyan sa baba. We left Cebu, my father left Cebu to seek the greener pasture of Mindanao. If my father had the money or had the land, he would stay in Cebu. But he had to go to venture out to seek another life if there was one. The family that owns Danao City owned it right after the war until now. They are lording it over. And that is how many generations. They own the cement factory, the boteca, lahat, bangko. And why is this? And why is it true now? Because the Philippines is still in the feudal stage. Why? Because there are so many people without money and cannot eat. So all that they need in the provinces and even in the city, they go to the mayors I was mayor for 22 years in Davao. I know that. Eskwelahan, school, then for their medicines, hospitalization, mayor, barangay. So we were the ones who were dispensing patronage. Using what? Using the people's money, his own money. And yet they stayed there in politics in dynasty. Ako, ayaw ko na. 73 years old. But I could not see Davao go back in shambles. So I insisted on my daughter. Kasi kaya niya. Kita mong sheriff, binugbog. Where can you find mayor mauling a sheriff in front of everybody on TV? Talagang ano yan si Inday. Be careful with that woman. She can oust even a speaker. She operated in Davao. Babae ito ha. She operated in Davao as mayor. Tira mo nangyari sa Congress. O di, natanggal for one simple, maybe, si Bebot naman, he's a close friend of mine. I will support him. Pero siguro, I can also impeach him, referring to me. Para sa atin, wala yan. Wala yung politiko. Bakit mo ako impeach, gago? Kung kaibigan tayo. That's the usual answer. You banter around, but siguro, kung anak, lalo na ito, bantay kayo dito. Nung narinig yan, siguro sabi niya, bakit mo gano'n ng tatay ko na... And before I knew it, in Congress, sabi niya na itong si ganun pangalan niya, nakalimutan ko yung palagi. Yung sa DOT. DOT, tourism, sa tourism siya. Si Berna. Si Bernadette. Noong ko na nalaman, nung nagkita kami sa Congress, sinabi daw ni Inday, nagkita sila sa washroom. Tell my father I'm sorry. So I didn't know the implication of that. Wala akong honest to God. Si Inday yung maneuver niya. Kaya apuntay na pati ako. Pag naisahan ako niya, baka makudita pa siya, ang hunta ako ang naiwan sa labas. Ngayon, ganito yan. I do not want it. I'd rather stop. Pero my son is running. Running for congressman. He resigned as mayor in disgust because of his daughter yung picture inside Malacanang Palace. Parang napahiya siya. Resign na lang ako ba? Then plus yung pinatawag sila ni Trillanes. Ang ilang tao dyan na pinatawag ng Congress na hiyain lang. Yan, ganun. Pareho kay Anje kaya nagsuicide. You shame people. You humiliate them. You shout at them. Then after that, wala. It's all show. It's all show. Yung pinakatawag nila, yon ang nagsasama ng loob. Kung nadimanda sana, there's a mitigating thing there, kung totoo. Ngayon, tatakbo congressman si Pulong sa first district ni Nograles. Yung kapatid naman, ayaw ko bakukang na pasok kay Inday. Pinilit niya itong ngayon, bunso, si Sebastian. Walang ginawa yan sa buhay. Mabuti mayroon na siguro kung i-vice mayor niya. Babae lang lahat. So ayaw ko ng dynasty, but we are forced. At saka magtanong ka, punta kayo ng Davao. You conduct a survey. Itong mga interesado na dynasty, di pumunta kayo na sa tao. Tanungin mo ang tao dito, tanungin mo. It's still the political families. Because sabihin ng mga barangay captain, ayaw namin yan. Na hindi naman kakampanya yan kung ayaw nila. At saka usually, pag naumpisahan ng isa, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Kasi hingiin ng mga tao na yan. So that's politics. Pero itong mga narko nandito, wala na masyadong laboratory dito. Magbir lang, pag ganon-ganon ako ng discussion. Along the way, you would learn a little bit of me. Itong sabon, wala na laboratories dito. Kasi alam nila, papatayin ko talaga sila. Papatayin ko talaga sila. So they are now into importation. We are suspecting the intelligence community that it is the 14K triad who's handling drugs now in Asia. At ito namang Mexico, not the Middle East, lahat yan sila. Bantay kayo dyan sa mga cargo, kayo mga exporters. Because yung mga cargo na yan, kung saan-saan, pagdating ng pantalan, inbound po ito, banana dito, kung saan-saan, yan ang ginagamit ng kartel. Diyan nilalagay nila yung parang roofing na plastic. It's not all steel. It's covered by a plastic thing. Isang bumagsak nandoon, 67 bricks of cocaine. Nangasabihin na, bakit si Duterte pinapatay niya ang mga mahirap? Look stupid. Shabu is the commodity of the poor. Yung mga anak na kapag-aral, they know that marijuana and itong cocaine can destroy you, but it would take you years to destroy yourself. Kasi itong marijuana, pati cocaine, extracted from natural, organic plants. Shabu is a mixture, and one of that is formalin. At yung sa baterya yung tubig sa baterya, yun na mimix yun. Kapag hit niyan, it slowly destroys the brain, and the brain shrinks, and he's gone, of no use. So if I have about 1,000,006 slaves here, what will I do with you? Court. There are courts here. There is a court. It's a Supreme Court. I told the Supreme Court. There's a judge here. More than 1,000 cases. All trapped. Dismissed lahat. Acquitted. Police. May mga police, hindi lahat. Pero yung mga corrupt na police, yung mga akusado, they just pay the server. Ang the server would go, kayo mga abogado, alaman ninyo yan. So when the case is ready, I would stand and say, Your Honor, I'm not ready. Why? Because my witness is not here. He is sent to emission. Ganon. And then the other guy would say, Your Honor, we invoke speedy trial. If the evidence does not have it's not the position of government, there we move for a trial, dismissal. The court would say, Fiscal, prosecutor, I will reset this trial now, I'll give you another chance. Pagdating doon, bayaran niya, 500 lang. Walang nagtatanong niyan eh. There never was an instant, single or solitary, na pinatawag mo yung server, putang ina ka, bakit mo ganun pa ba lang? Ako lang. Pag ma-dismiss ako, wala ang police. Your Honor, my remedy is to ask for the arrest of the person. Bring that policeman here and to answer us why he is not, the idiot is not here. Ganon ang ano ko. Ipa-aresto talaga. Pero dito, pag wala, nobody cares. Kasi wala namang private unless it's homicide, tapos. Pero kung drugs lang, pati trafficking, there is really no personal victim here. Except the state. Kaya na-dismiss. Pag second time, still so, Your Honor, we are very sorry, we apologize, but we have to give you the truth. I do not have the witness at all because he cannot be found nowhere. Unless the record. Dismiss. Tapos sabihin itong putang inang mga human rights. They just don't know how deep corruption runs in this country and how shallow is the human fragility. Kaya kung may perfect ba tayo, kaya sa Amerika kung gusto nila. But please do not drag me into that ICC. I will not submit to you, you idiots. ICC, who created that? Europe, EU. Who's the prosecutor there? Who appointed her? Diyan sa unit nilang International Criminal Court. Ang presidente nila sabi nila na Duterte, you see, is psychiatrist. Kapatid pala ni King sa Jordan. Ipupunta ako ng Jordan. So, pinigilan ko muna. Paiyak tuloy ako. Inaapi-api kasi ako nakatao. May human siya. Sampalin ko yung mga puto. Kaya yung itim na yung putot na iharap mo sa akin, kung nandito, sampalin ko yan. Ang baso ang IC. Who created you? We are Asians. You created that idiot thing in Europe. You appointed all the officials. And even the chairman of the International Court Commission, yung fiscal nila o prosecutor, was the brother of the King of Spain. Now may I ask you, what is he doing there? Were you elected democratically? Are you the choice of the people? Why would you bring me there? Putang ina, pagdating, sampalin ko kayo lahat ng mga judges. Bunalan ko pa kayo yung ano-ano ninyo, mayroong givel na buto yung ulo ninyo. Pag magwala ako doon. What the hell are you trying to? Tawag na. And you cannot acquire jurisdiction. You know why? Even if it is really a valid agreement, our laws requires. There's a constitution which says that no man shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. That is in the Constitution. Now here comes the Rome Agreement, the treaty which we signed. It was signed by President Strada, which is correct. It was sent to the Senate, which is also the correct way. Then, those who handled it, I don't know who, stupiduring Pilipino, diretso na nila sa Rome and attach it to the Rome Agreement. You know, in the Philippines, there's a saying, ignorance of the law excuses no one. But if there is no publication, how can I now be informed that there is a law? So my ignorance of the law would excuse me. What is the constructive notice? You have to publish it in the official gazette because that is the constructive way of saying, now we are bound by the law because it was never published. In People versus Tovera versus Tanyada, Supreme Court, that failure to publish it is fatal, which is correct. How, if I'm a Filipino, I was a prosecutor, I'm a president, how am I now to suppose that there is a law that binds us? Hindi mo pinablis eh. So, silly sending investigator, you must be an idiot. Anong itong EU created at ICC? Who drafted it? What was our participation? And if it is a valid agreement, who are the persons there? Who chose them? We? We here in the Philippines, I appoint, then it goes to the Senate for concurrence. Then when it is there's a agreement now, it becomes a law. Without that, without the publication, there is no law. It is not true that we separated, we have withdrawn, because we withdrew nothing, because there was no law at all. How does it apply to me? The absence of the publication and all? Then I go to my constitution, which is the highest law of the land, that no person shall be deprived of life, of liberty, or property without due process or law. What is the due process in me? You did not publish the law. That was my, actually, and I just, frankly, I just wanted to know how many stupid people there are, including lawyers. But I was the only one keeping that. I allowed the demonstration. Go ahead. This is I allowed them. But when that commission chairman said that I need to look, I wanted to bullshit him. But somebody told me, pupunta ka pa naman na. You're going to Jordan. So now I've been there. I'll tell now. He's a prince. The country is ruled by an autocratic. If you want to be soft about that, monarchical. It does not come from a free country. There is no democracy there. Why would you hold me there? EU should be put on notice that it is fraught with so many dangers. Someday, Europe will have to account also for their misdeeds in the previous centuries. Memory, people have an elephant's memory. How about your transgression, the robbing of the oils of the Arabs, taking over, and wars, dividing the Middle East into territory, establishing countries against the will of the Arab people? It takes two to tango. Let no man with no sin cast the first stone. That's the problem in this universe. Then I've told you, this time, we're running out of time. Coco's bride may be fretting around. Pati si Coco siguro gusto nang yumakap. It's getting married. Let's go there and begin the ceremony. Told you I do not allow commercial transactions. I do not make decisions about trade and everything. Sa kanila yan. I do not even make calls. For the life of me, I have yet to call even Secretary Lopez. I do not use the, let's say, yung cellphone na yan, isang toolbox mo, 4 ang numero ang maglabas. Itong gago na ito. Even how I try, gusto pindutin sa kuko. Ganon-ganon mo. I use the, so I do not, I know that Russia, America, Europe, Israel, China are listening. So if you look at my directory, it's all girls. Hindi ako wala namang mali. Mga kaibigan ko lang, walang all girls. But at one time, for the life of me, because I really don't know how to operate that idiotic thing, talagang hindi ko kaya. Ito mga security ko, ito mga babae, they're fond of telling me, we'll teach you. They will teach me in the afternoon. The next day, nalimutan ko na. So one day, ganun ako. Sabi ko, anong lumabasa? Ganun, group. Accidentally, sabi ni Bongo, you created a Viber group. Tapos napindot ko, send all. Hiya ako kasi wala na. Lahat tagal sa balutan ko. No more. So, since I am holy na ako ngayon. So, holy na Ipapalitan mo, wala na. So I let everything just continue. Maybe, yan ang mahirap because the increase in oil is actually, maybe to me, in my economics, very poor, but yung trade imbalance natin, we're spending more to buy things, and imports are not doing very well. But before I end, ito na lang sabihin ko sa inyo. I know that you are the stakeholders in this country. And you have so many, but one thing I will tell you, and that is my advice. If we do not have law and order in this country, and if we do not stop corruption, this country will never rise. I don't know how, but corruption might really be a good start. But, you have a problem here. In Mindanao, we have two revolutions. One is driven by territoriality. Yan sila Murad, pati North Missouri. Ayaw nila yung Vira. The other one is a revolutionary front of the extremists, yung Abu Sayyaf. They are not interested in territory. They just want to kill and destroy. Wala silang pakialam niyang... They just want to kill. And they want to kill all infidels, meaning non-Muslims. No, kayong mga Muslim dito, wag kayong I said, my mama is a Maranao. So do not give me that about being insulted. Because it is true. Why should we deny it? Yang dalawa na yan. Corruption. Pag hindi nahinto ang corruption, wala talaga. Believe me, I've been to so many places. We cannot even reach the level of Indonesia and Malaysia. Even if we are given 5 years, 5 extra miles. At the present level of where Indonesia and Malaysia and Brunei are now in. Hindi tayo makahabol. But if we can have peace and all the earnings of government are due government and people are not deterred and foreigners, I'm advising foreign investors, you have to tell me the truth. If you have something to complain, especially about corruption, please talk to me. And I will give you 100% satisfaction. Yan ang pangako ko sa inyo. And you will be protected. Kung magsumbong ka sa itong ganito, then I will just tell him in front of you. Better be sure that nothing happens to this guy. Baski napako lang ito doon sa hagdanan nila. Magdasal ka kasi ikaw ang pupuntahan ko. Now, what will I do with you? You know, there is always an end to everything. I am old, I can afford to go to jail. I'm 73. 80, I hate to be there. Kasi pagkatapos ko, wala naman akong gawin. What will I do? Hindi naman ako makalabas. Baka sagasaan ako ng mga putang ina niya. Hindi naman ako. So, when you are already there, wala ka nang... There is always truism in the Bible of the Christians. It says, Ecclesiastes 3, a season for everything under the sun. Time to be a shining star like me now, you're looking at me. But I know that there will always be a time just around the corner. I will be a fading meteor. There's a time for plenty and a time for want. A time for festivities and a time to be sad. A time to be rich and a time to be poor. Wala naman tayong oil, but if we struck oil, pardon me, naglanding kasi ako ng yung allergy. I was using the helicopter. I just landed there, just outside. So I was late because I was attending to so many concerns of government. But I will do everything to really address the things that you have mentioned. I will place it in the agenda, first agenda during the next meeting. And with that, I'd like to thank the PCCI and everybody is interested, and for your patience for me to end the talk, which is, yun ang problema ninyo. Putang ina, Duterte, tagal-tagal. Ito. I know, yung sa inyo, pero yung sa front, putting up a face, I think that you're enjoying. But you have to know me. Ilit niya ako kilala. Talaga. If you look for a respectable statesman, President Ramos is a statesman. He's better than all the presidents, including Estrada and the incumbent. Salamat.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.